dive into the depths of a beer from Sierra Nevada Brewing Company out of Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina, US of A. Yay! And what beer do we have from them today? We have their barrel-aged Torpedo. This is a DIPA. It's a limited serving. It clocks in at 8.6% ABV and 50 IBUs. This is a celebratory beer for Sierra Nevada, and hopefully me tonight too. Why? Because it is the 10th anniversary of Torpedo IPA. You know that lovely thing where they torpedo the little hot pellets up into the tank and make it all hoppy, tasty, and delicious. Hopefully. Anyway, so what about the beer? Since it's a celebratory beer, well, you heard me say that it's been bourbon barrel aged. They don't say how long it has been aged, but they say it has been aged for a number of months. Now, for ingredients in this beer, hops-wise, they're using Crystal, Citra, and Magnum, and then after they take it out of the barrels, they torpedo the beer with what? Citra and Pacifica hops. Now, for malts in this, same base as Torpedo, which is two-row and caramel. The difference between this beer and, I guess, regular Torpedo is the fact that they're using the Citra and Pacifica as the torpedoed stuff after the bourbon barrel aging. That sounds delicious to me. So it's time to get the cork and cage off this bad boy. Hopefully it won't explode on me. Get in our lovely kind of short teku here and tell you it's up with barrel-aged Torpedo. Ah, hell yes. Let's see. Ah, nice pop off the top. Tons of cannon smoke rising to the occasion. Of course, we have obsessively collectible Sierra Nevada cork today. Let's get it in the glass. I can smell the hops wafting from here. Ooh, that's darker than I remember Torpedo being, but you know what? It has been bourbon barrel aged, so stranger things have happened now, haven't they? Look at that deliciousness going into the glass. Hell yes, it's been a long day. I've done kids' sports activities, much cooking activities, house cleaning, etc. I've earned this beer, no doubt. And I knocked my workout too. Bam. So, it's a pretty much 100% clear, maybe a little tiny bit of haziness. Deliciously looking kind of amber orange sunset, kind of, I don't know, garnetish kind of beer. Probably looks more garnet red to you on camera right now, but trust me, it's really burnt orange colored. We got a solid 1 finger and a quarter of super tightly packed khaki colored bubbles. When I swirl it, we're getting tons of alcohol lace clinging down, and I think we might get some nice glass lacing too, but look at that beautiful beer in the glass. That's going to be even better when it goes down my neck, I hope, but you know what? So we can taste it, we got to smell it first, so let's dive in for that aroma! Man, big peach blasting right off the top. Pine, tons of citrus, bourbon, vanilla. Sweet malt in the background. There's always a nice touch of sweetness to Torpedo. It's an older school beer. It's a 10-year-old recipe. You know, that's how things go in that time period. A little bit more sweet, balancing out the bitterness of the hop aromas and flavors. We haven't tasted it yet, but I'm surmising that's what it'll be like. This is a pretty fresh beer. Sierra Nevada doesn't seem to get stuff out with a hurry, kind of like, you know, giddy up and go, at least not to Maryland. But this beer here is 2.5 weeks old. And for a barrel-aged, even though it's a DIPA, that's just fine. Pine, citrus, grassy herbaceousness. Peachy kind of mango thing going on. And a nice touch of dankness way in the back end, not big dank. If you get real fresh Torpedo, which I've had before canned, you do get a nice dank tone out of that. With a bourbon barrel in the background, man, really nice smelling beer, some tannic wood notes and vanilla. Yum. Let's dive in. Cheers! Happy 10 years of Torpedo, I guess. Let's go. Nice. Excellent glass lacing like I thought. Yum. Wow, right up in front, you get a nice kick of mango. After that, I'm getting pine, vanilla. The bourbon barrel isn't huge on this. It's there. A lot of bourbon barrel-aged IPAs that I've had aren't that great. I've had some good barrel-aged IPAs, but not that many. This is still a DIPA. That hasn't been lost in the barrel aging process, and I think maybe it's because that, you know, extra hopping they're doing after it comes out of the barrels. A lot of the, you know, sort of barrel aged IPAs taste sort of like especially like a DIPA, like a strong ale that's hoppy kind of, or maybe a barrel aged American barley wine. This is still a DIPA, plenty of hoppiness in it with an accent of barrel. Nice balance. You get the whiskey taste in there, the bourbon taste, but it's playing really well, and the sweetness that's in the bourbon is actually propping up the bitter notes and kind of zesty sort of pine and citric notes that are in those hops. The dankness is in there as well. Really crazy crushable beer. Wow, 8.6%, completely hidden. Nice medium full mouthfeel even after barrel aging. Nice zippy carbonation. Goes down easy. Pretty dry finish in the back end. Yum. Really well-made beer. It's a good celebration of Torpedo. It's not as hoppy as regular Torpedo, but you don't expect it so because it's barrel-aged, but it hasn't been lost. It doesn't taste like an old-school East Coast DIPA or anything like that. Still plenty of hops. It's not going to blow you away as a DIPA, but I think it's a really well-made, competently made, barrel-aged hoppy beer. Let's say that, or DIPA in this case. So, you hear I'm digging it. I'm going to have no trouble crushing down this little 750 here, though these days I prefer 16 ounces, maybe that a can or a bottle. That would have been more fun. But you know what? It is what it is. So let's grade it. At time of recording, Beer Advocate is giving this like 92. So that's probably like 4.2, 4.3 out of 5. So definitely into their high A minus A range. And Untapped is giving this 4.15 out of 5. So that's definite A range for those guys. High to mid-high range. Let me take another taste of this, and I will grade it myself. Really well made. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of most barrel-aged hoppy beers. I'm going to go with a, 96 on this. Nice A-level beer. Super tasty, crazy well-hidden alcohol. And this says I'm a barrel-aged hoppy beer. I'm going to taste like some like bourbon, but guess what? I'm really Torpedo, and I've been extra dry hop with the Torpedo technique, so that's how I'm going to taste, and it's as advertised. I'm digging that because a lot of beers ain't so. So, have you had Sierra Nevada Brewing Company's barrel-aged Torpedo, this celebratory version, or the one they made in the past on tap or whatever? Let me know what you know, because I like the quid pro quo and the back and forth. I also really like it if you can do me a great big favor and think locally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. With this, I am getting it done. Are you doing your part? Also, if you can do me a great big favor and rate, comment, subscribe, especially if this is your first time with us, and if you can get around to it, you know what you gotta do. You gotta smash that like button, because that, along with one bomber of barrel-aged Torpedo, is all I'm going to need to put my big-ass beer-drinking happy face on. So, to the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a bunch of Sierra Nevada drink of love for you, and you know what's coming for you by now. Hell yes, a big-ass t-shirt!